Stellantis recently fired its CEO, Carlos Tavares, following a series of setbacks that left the company struggling, particularly in the crucial North American market. For many, this shakeup feels long overdue, but with the appointment of a new interim CEO, the lingering question remains: will the company repeat the same mistakes, or is this a real opportunity for change? This leadership change could have a significant impact on the brand's future. From the controversial decision to phase out the Hemi engine to the uncertain future of its truck and SUV models, a lot is at stake. With fresh leadership now in place, the big question is, can Stellantis get back on track, or is the damage too severe? Join me as we take a closer look at the company's past decisions, the role of the new CEO, and what this all means for Stellantis' future. This significant shakeup comes after years of frustration among employees and industry insiders. Many people within Stellantis and the UAW had issues with Tavares from the start, particularly his approach to managing the company. It's no secret that he was unpopular, with numerous sources revealing dissatisfaction with his decisions and leadership style. One of his most controversial moves was his attack on the company's most iconic asset, the Hemi engine. Under Tavares, Stellantis took a drastic turn away from its powerful V8 engines, opting instead for cost-cutting measures, like moving production to cheaper markets and importing foreign engineers. While this approach may have led to short-term profits, it hurt the brand in the long run. The removal of the Hemi engine, which was a major selling point for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, led to record sales failures in less than a year. Iconic vehicles like the Hemi-powered Challengers, Chargers, and Ram 1500s were phased out, leaving fans disappointed and sales dropping. The Hemi engine was a crucial part of Stellantis' success, and abandoning it to push electric vehicles like the Dodge Daytona and Ram Rev has not been well received by American customers. These new EV models, priced at $80,000 and heavy as tanks, failed to live up to expectations and couldn't even compete with more affordable options from competitors. Customers have been vocal on social media, expressing their frustration over the direction the company has taken. Before Tavares' leadership, there was a plan to phase out some of the older engines, but still keep a V8 option at the top of the lineup. However, Tavares burned bridges by refusing to allow the brand to buy emissions credits, a decision that ultimately hurt Stellantis and its loyal customers. With his departure, there's hope for a new direction, but the question remains, will the new CEO bring back the V8 engines and the performance enthusiasts have been craving? It seems that Tavares may have been the one to cancel the V8 project. Now, Stellantis is scrambling to fix the damage done in less than a year since the Hemi engine was dropped from popular models. The Hurricane engines, which were supposed to replace the reliable 5.7 and 392 Hemis, haven't met expectations. These engines are currently in the Jeep Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer, which have been some of the worst-selling SUVs in America, as well as the Ram 1500, which has seen double-digit sales losses every quarter this year. On the other hand, John Elkann, the new interim CEO of Stellantis, has been pulling strings behind the scenes, even during his time at FCA. Elkann owned about 44% of FCA through Exor, which held the most shares. He may have played a role in the downfall of the Hemi engine upgrades, as well as in the decision to split Ferrari off, where he is also the chairman. Looking at Ferrari's current lineup, it's clear Elkann is focused on engine downsizing. Ferrari has moved from V12s to twin-turbo V6s with hybrid engines, and even uses twin-turbo V8s. This shift in Ferrari's lineup could be a preview of what Stellantis might become under Elkann's leadership. If Stellantis adopts similar strategies, it could temporarily bring in twin-turbo V8s or hybrid V8s to fill the gap between not having Hemis and not having a new V8. There were plans for a Hellcat hybrid program that had to be scrapped due to the pandemic, leaving Stellantis without a worthy successor to the Hemi platform. Elkann's influence goes beyond Ferrari. He also played a part in the merger that led to the creation of Stellantis, and now holds 24% voting rights within the company. With Carlos Tavares gone, the question remains, will Elkann follow the same path, or will he decide to bring back the V8 Hemi engines? There's hope, but with many of the same people still in place, it's hard to say if anything will truly change. Right now, the only Hemi still in production is the 6.4 Hemi for the Ram HD trucks. It would be great if Stellantis decided to retool their production lines. Imagine calling up Mexico, telling them to take the Hurricane engines off and bring back the 5.7 and 392 Hemis. These engines should go back into the Grand Cherokee, Wagoneer, and Grand Wagoneer, as well as the Ram 1500 and the R models, which have seen terrible sales. Replacing the inline-6 in the R models with a 392 Hemi would likely be a huge hit. The Ram 1500 has been hit hard, with sales dropping 20% in Q1, 26% in Q2, and another 20% in Q3. This is a clear sign that the Hurricane engines aren't working. Ram now only offers 3 engine options: the standard output Hurricane, the high output Hurricane, and the Eco Diesel. There are no Hemis, and these sales losses show the impact of that decision. If Dodge believes these Hurricane engines will turn things around, they're in trouble, especially with competitors like Ford and GM still offering V8s in their trucks. If people aren't buying Ram trucks, they have plenty of other options, like Ford and GM, which still have V8s. It's clear that dropping the Hemi from the Ram lineup was a big factor in their sales decline. When customers can still get a V8 in the Ford Mustang or GM trucks, it's no surprise they're looking elsewhere. The big question is, will John Elkann stick with the status quo and hope that EVs and the Hurricane engines will save the day, or will he recognize the need to bring back the V8, even if it means looking to Ferrari for help? Maybe Stellantis could use a smaller Ferrari V8 in upcoming models like the Charger, Grand Cherokee, or Wagoneer. Adapting a Ferrari engine shouldn't be too difficult, and it could help restore the brand's appeal. Could we see a brand new Ferrari-powered Viper, maybe with a V8 or V12? It would be amazing if Ralph Gilles got the chance to bring back a much-needed Halo car. Right now, there's no successor to the Challenger Demon, Ram TRX, or Jeep Trackhawk. These brands are missing a standout vehicle to get people excited and into showrooms. Other than the Demon 170, what vehicle is bringing customers in? It's hard to see any new car that's drawing attention. Looking back, it seems like Tim Kuniskis should have been promoted to head of Stellantis North America a year or two ago. He really put Dodge on the map with the Hellcat engine, which spread to other vehicles like the Trackhawk and the Ram TRX. FCA was on a roll until the election, and the pandemic hit, which really slowed things down. If Tim Kuniskis had been in charge, there might be more hope for Stellantis. But with so much leadership turnover, like executives resigning left and right, including the lady from software and Tim Kuniskis himself, it's clear that leadership issues are at the core of the company's struggles. Carlos Tavares' resignation could open the door for change, but the next CEO could be someone out of touch with the American market, and that could make things worse. The American market is so crucial to global sales, and without understanding it, turning things around will be tough. Right now, it feels like there are no exciting options. There's no supercharged Grand Wagoneer, no new Viper, and no reason to stay loyal to Stellantis. It's a sad situation, especially after owning multiple FCA vehicles like the Hellcat, TRX, and Demon. The lack of a standout vehicle is a big loss for the brand. Will Carlos's departure spark change? The departure of Carlos Tavares might be the shakeup Stellantis desperately needs to reverse this trend. However, the most important question is whether this will truly mark the beginning of a positive transformation. With Carlos Tavares' exit, it now depends on John Elkann to decide which direction to take the company. Will he opt for the return of V8 engines and better understand the needs of American customers this time? Stellantis must make significant changes to its business model, or it will fail to compete with its major rivals. Now, we must see if Stellantis can emerge from this crisis with a new identity, or if it will become another failed attempt. We hope the company will soon take solid steps to regain customer trust and succeed in the future. Thank you for watching the video. If you want to watch more interesting topics and stay updated with our latest content, please subscribe and click the bell icon so you can watch our new videos as soon as they're uploaded.